Hey, what is up guys? Today we are back with some Animal Crossing. I've been super busy with adjusting to work and the new normal of life, but this is a video I've wanted to make for some time now. It's also a video that sort of led to me having a little bit of time off, obviously with work and adjusting to real life again. That took a lot of my time, and of course any spare time I had was just sort of relaxing, recovering, and just spending time for myself. But as you can see from the title, I wanted to talk about why star trees being removed was a good thing. And I know this is a bit of a hot take, but after some time thinking on it, and some time away from AC as I've said, it definitely seems to have been for the best. I mean, it wasn't without its issues straight after it happened, which I will talk a little bit about a little bit later on. But overall, I think it was definitely the best move for Nintendo. And I mean, even whilst recording this background footage, because of course this audio is separate, there was even an instance where items that fell from the trees, which again I haven't used in the footage, but it was while I was recording the gameplay, those items appeared stuck on the ground and then only disappeared when I left the area for a short amount of time. Which perfectly leads me into my first point. These items aren't safe and were always potentially going to cause issues. More issues than we could have thought, but there's definitely some issues from gameplay and people being malicious who have put these into the game, trying to cause issues for other players. But I've got more videos on that. I've also got videos coming on camo items and all the details on that. But yeah, these items were going to cause a lot of issues, like no matter what. They're not supposed to be in the game. Anything that's not supposed to be in the game can negatively impact gameplay, whether it's through certain features not working as intended, or whether it's through new features that shouldn't be there coming out of nowhere, which obviously items being on trees and then falling from them wasn't supposed to be a feature. There's supposed to be a set list of items to fall from the trees. So you've got the eggs, the ornaments, a few of the seasonal ones, but then you've got of course the regular fruits, and of course the bell trees, and of course furniture trees, and then spiders and wasps and whatnot. But that's a completely different thing. But of course that was always going to cause issues if items that aren't supposed to be there are both, one, there visually, and also there when they fall to the ground. Which of course, if they're not supposed to be falling, it's supposed to be money, for example, which these trees were supposed to be. There's a lot of issues that's going to stem from that. And of course they did happen. I had a lot of questions on some of my videos where they were shown. How did you get them? What's the issue in streams? Can I do this? Can I do that? And most of the time it'd be just sort of use your common sense and just be safe. Because we had to even block them off where other people couldn't shake them. I mean, you probably don't have many people come and shake, say, your peach trees. But if you had a star tree just lying there, that was of course going to cause issues. But that leads me to my next point. The community and other people when it came to these trees. Obviously there was another YouTuber. Got, and rightly so, a lot of flack. They definitely went under fire. But that was because they were putting other people under fire. And this develops a horrid sense, or lack thereof, of community within Animal Crossing. So I am a big user of Twitter, more than I should be, especially with the negativity on the platform, and especially considering what it's becoming. But with Animal Crossing being such a big part of everyone's lockdown life, I mean, it became one of Nintendo's biggest sellers, if not the biggest seller. Which, of course, if you've got that many fans and that many people playing the game, you're going to have a lot of negative people. It's always sort of the best of a bad bunch. So if there's a million players, there's always going to be a couple of thousand, maybe at a push tens of thousands of people that aren't the best, that make the game bad. But every community, whether it's video games, movies, TV, anything like that, there's always going to be these people. But on a platform like Twitter, where you can express what you want with very little consequences, same with any online platform, without really putting a face to it, and sitting behind an Animal Crossing avatar. No one knows who you are. You don't know who other people are. You may have seen their island, their creations, their wonderful little snippets that they've shown you. But when things like star trees disappear and people are sort of scrambling to make their island new and people have put a lot of work into it, it can cause you a lot of stress. That's fine. No one's saying that video games can't be stressful. I mean, I make camps in like Fallout and get completely stressed sometimes when it doesn't go the way I want. And I'll see someone else doing it and I'm like, well, why doesn't mine look like that? But once these were removed and we all had this lack of aesthetic appearance from these gorgeous trees, people were just going at each other. And I mean, whether it was coincidental timing or whether it was the other YouTuber that sort of kicked all this off, we'll never know. We're never truly going to know which actually caused this, whether it was the removal of trees or the whole toxicity that came from the situation. But I regularly saw people on Twitter calling people out for this, calling people out for that, and it all happened about the same time. The community got super, super toxic over nothing. Literally, these trees disappeared, and that was it. But that brings me to something else. With the community obviously seeing the desire for these trees, how many likes you can get for sharing. I mean, even I did videos covering them, but they were informative. But other people just doing cute little photos of them and sharing them online, that's totally fine. But there was a number of people doing this just for clout. So it's, oh, look what I've done. But now that these trees have come and gone, people aren't interested in the game anymore. So many people, well, I'm going to quit playing now. And it's like, that's not what the game should be played for. If you're playing the game for a modded aspect, maybe the game's not for you. I mean, yeah, I know people go into The Sims and play that, and they prefer with mods. But the idea of the game is appealing. But Animal Crossing is quite a bare bones game. And the only thing you really can do is change your island and do your daily tasks. People were fine with that before these trees came along. And before they were commonplace and everyone had them. And everyone was posting pictures. But the second people couldn't get likes or just carry on with their daily internet points, people stopped playing it and wrote horrid things about the game. Which, yeah, if you go off a game, that's fine. But like when I've stopped playing Fallout and other games in the past, I don't do multiple threads just ripping into the game, the developers saying that what they did was disgusting. I didn't start petitions to get an item that shouldn't be in the game back. But that again brings me on to something else, and probably my final point before I just carry on ranting about this. And obviously you can see I'm getting rid of my star trees in the back. That's because I was still in 1.4.0, just because of the toxicity this game was creating. I didn't want to be in that knowing I was going back to work soon, and I was going to have to keep up appearances at work, make sure I was happy and not bringing negativity into work. And I really just had to disconnect from stuff like that. Even my Discord community took a bit of a hit, because everyone was just sort of coming in, oh, well, I can't get star trees, well, I don't want to be here anymore. The community sense of Animal Crossing, where we were all discovering amazing things together, is gone. At least for the most part. So I even know this video will get less views. Same with knowing what content's put out. Oh, if it's not star trees or me giving stuff away, who's going to care? But hopefully those of you who are watching are still here and still enjoying the content. There will be more Animal Crossing content now that I've taken a bit of time away and the toxicity of the community has died down, and those specific people have been sort of left behind in the dust and gone with the update that took the trees out. But as I was saying, that brings me on to my last point. Technically community related, but people selling these for real money as well. Obviously, I know you're going to be screaming, well, this is controversial, you used to support it. Don't get it twisted. There was a website in my videos that I was advertising for as part of a deal. And of course, with that, they host sellers on their website. They do not sell themselves, to my knowledge, to people. They are merely a hosting platform to bring people to, where people can then sell and connect with people looking to buy on their website. Of course, they'll take a cut. That is how websites work. Even eBay does things like that. But They were not explicitly the ones selling. It was different sellers. So if you ever took time to go look at the website, thank you. I mean, it made no difference to the deal I had, but still thank you for at least trusting me with that. But I never promoted them because they were selling. The amount of people in this community that were just in the game for money as well was ridiculous. Still is. There's still a ton of people I see. Oh, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. All for this, all for that. There is a Discord I'm part of that's not my own. ACNH Clubhouse. They don't know I'm making this video, but I'll link them down below along with mine. But they have a wonderful community where they're always doing Treasure Island giveaways. Go visit, pick up all these camo items, pick up these new items that have only just been added. When we had the boppers and everything, they had islands full of it. And yes, they had trees, but no, they weren't selling them. All they are doing is for free. They're doing giveaways, hosting, fun times. There's a few streamers over there that I'm friends with now as well. So make sure you check them out. But then, literally, if you go on somewhere so accessible like Twitter, and you know, it's open to the public eye, there is people just advertising these cute little photos of their modded islands and showing off these cute little maps just for profit. These people aren't even playing the game anymore. These people are making more in a day than the game cost. That's all people are logging in for, and that was why I needed some time away. The toxicity, the money grabbing, and bearing in mind, selling this stuff, not only is it against terms of service, a few things you've also got to think about. A lot of these people are 1, too young to be doing this, 2, not actually the right age to declare tax and income earnings, or don't have the knowledge of it. Here in the UK, we're not taught about tax in school. Obviously, making money through YouTube, Twitch, which I'm so grateful to do, that's totally fine, but I'm having to learn this as I go. But these people that are just linking a PayPal, checking the email that sent them the money with a Discord or Twitter DM, and then inviting someone to their island and spending the money without thinking, you are actually committing fraud. People were committing fraud for these trees. And then there was people making these petitions. People were conned out of money for this. People paid for this stuff. That's what's ridiculous. It's like, yeah, I just advertised a website where people sold. It was at people's discretion. I wasn't making money per sale or anything like that. I can't go into too much what it was, but basically I just had to include a link and a short 12-second intro. That's it. Once they saw traffic going down, they stopped promoting a lot of creators as well. So there's other Animal Crossing YouTubers you might watch who no longer have that advert. And I'm totally fine with cutting that. I was in discussion with a few admins on my Discord saying I wanted to drop it because the whole process of RMT, real money trading, was just appalling. I also had conversations with one person in particular who was burned by these people who do RMTs. And again, these are people that definitely don't know what they're doing in terms of the financial aspect, which again, hugely illegal. You know, you hear big celebrities not paying taxes or big companies. And these are the same people that are going to be, well, this company doesn't have to pay tax. But here people are earning money from a game completely illegally, not declaring it, and all sorts. So we're all in this dog-eat-dog world where it's one person wants to sell for this much and do this, and everyone's trying to compete just to make easy money. No one seems to be in it for the game anymore. So those of you that are watching this, clearly sort of, and especially those that got to this point, clearly wanted to sort of just soak in the opinion and maybe why these things are bad, why star trees were causing such an issue. I mean, I've still got all my camo items, and the KK items, they're completely different though. These aren't just these trees that people only seem to be playing for anymore. I mean, in this footage alone, I literally got rid of like 100 trees. I started a little bit before it, then started recording, and I got rid of a ton. And I know this video is sort of long-winded and a bit rambly here and there, but this, it's almost like a channel update slash here's what I think about the star trees seeing as that was the big hot news. I did want to do it immediately after, but then seeing the toxicity and petitions flying around when we've clearly got bigger issues in the world. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and people are worried about in-game trees, which is just kind of ridiculous. So I had to take a little bit of time away, so I'm sorry for the lack of Animal Crossing videos. There'll be more Animal Crossing videos, there'll be more Fallout videos, there'll be more streams of completely different games. I work with a website who's getting me access to some games early and whatnot, and I have been for some time. If you guys are sort of familiar with my Discord, my Twitch, you'll have probably heard me mention it or talk about it. So hopefully I'll be playing some brand new games that are coming out, some cool indie games, just some different stuff that I'm interested in as well. So if you guys could sort of stick around for the Fallout content, whether you watch it or not, I mean, stay subscribed, but give it a miss. Or, you know, maybe if you try out Game Pass or find a cheap copy of it and, you know, you think, hey, this looks interesting, just give it a go, maybe watch the videos as well. But if not, there will still be content for you. I'll obviously make a bigger video when I do drop, for example, Animal Crossing, the same way I did when I first stopped making Fallout videos. But in my personal time, I'm enjoying a lot of Fallout, and obviously Fallout, Elder Scrolls is sort of where I wanted this channel to be. But obviously Animal Crossing took me right in, and obviously I built this amazing community doing it. So I'm going to continue my service to you guys by providing these amazing videos. Hopefully doing some more cool stuff in Animal Crossing, covering all the updates. You guys know I love the updates. Hopefully streaming some more of it. But I'll be doing more content as well. I might have like a channel update type video just focused on anything and everything to do with the channel. But again, hopefully you guys stick around for that. And thank you for sticking around for this. But guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry it was longer than I anticipated, but I do hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace out, take care, and as always, stay safe.